One more thing. Now let's try to delete all the things that we don't need. There is a very nice feature that you can select an object, and then if you click on dimension, you can also add dimension, so like Anycut. If you do make 2D drawing, for example, select View Europe, it will create the projections of the object in 2D. So here is, for example, the technical drawing of the surface. You do then File, Export Selected. I save it, for example, let's see. I will save as XF, for example. I know that's XF. Export. Then, for example, open draft site. Now I open the XF. Since there is nothing, so let's try to save it again as DVG. Export selected as DVG. Let's try this. Try to open again. Okay, so now you can edit. Okay, so you can change the color, line, do a line. So you can do line from the end to the end. Let's just try to put a dimension. This. So now, for example, we have this dimension. Okay, I need to close some software. Okay. Now, for example, I do File, Export. You can export as SVG. We'll try to open an Inkscape. Inkscape. So Massimo, nodes. Okay, so it's interesting because it's black, so I guess that if I do document properties, let's see. Okay, this is just one big element, so I will group it. Okay, so delete this. Select all. The stroke will be black, and now I have it as SVG. So, for example, it will be the text, so it's not really very good export. You can also export PDF and open it here. So let's try to do it again. File, export, PDF export. I will export the model. Here we open Rhino.pdf. It will ask you what to do with the text and so on, so we just click on OK. We'll open a new window. Okay, so that's a much better export. Much better, even if it's not perfect. But now the interesting thing is that you can edit everything as you will do with Inkscape. So you can sort paint, red, style. Okay. So in this way you can play from the different file format. Last thing I will show you, I will bring from the SVG to Blender. So first thing, I want to delete some of them, so I will ungroup. So I will delete these. I just need these. I save these as plain SVG. I know to Blender. Now let's close this. Let's close this. Let's open Blender. Delete this. I do File, Import, SVG. I open it. Blender. Select all. Let's see if it's. Usually the problem that it's very small in Blender. So in this case, I scale it by 100. Sorry, this. If I do view top, I move here. So now these are the curves. If I go and edit them, you see this is basically a curve. So you will edit and you will do an Inkscape. So if you want to work here as a mesh, you need to press Alt-C, mesh from curve, and now they are a mesh. Now they are 3 separated. So this, I do Alt-C, mesh from curve. I select these, I do Ctrl-J to join them, and now I can select them, and it's really one object. They are still vertex without anything. So one thing I want to check is W and remove the doubles. And there were 3 vertex that were double. The other thing is Alt F will fill it as a surface. Now again, extrude Z, and now it is. So that's a basic way for mixing between the projects. We will try maybe even to with FreeCAD now. With this, open FreeCAD. Now I do file, import. I will go to downloads and I will do it Rhino to Blender. I open. I check SVG as geometry. If I click on drawing, it will import in the drawing for doing the export. So just SVG as geometry. Okay, there are separate paths. Okay, this is something I can delete. So these two can be deleted. Now, this is something that we can try to merge. Let's see if we drop. We can merge. Now it's one object. Now let's see if we get the surface. Okay, we get the surface. Now I go to part. I click on this and I do extrude. So 1:12. Create a solid and do apply. And here is the object. Now, for example, okay, I select this. Okay, and I want to do the fillet. Okay, if it doesn't crash, we will get a fillet. Okay, now I have this that. Okay, so here you see this is the object. Now, if I go to drawing, and I create new F3, view from this. And okay, with this, click on OK on page. I export it. I click on results as SVG. I put it here. You can see it on the web because it's SVG. And you can put the SVG with an image tag. So let's just make one last example. I open brackets. Let's do live preview. That's the normal page. Now let's say that I want to add the image. So it's image, source, and I have this SVG that I created yesterday, and now you have it as an image. There are many more tags for embedding SVG. You could do also with the iframe. I need to close this. Frame. Okay. So here you would have the iframe for the SVG. Then you will need to scale it. So you will have style, with X, and that will be bigger for checking it. So you can play also with this, so you can embed not just the file as the download button, but you can also put the technical drawings online with this.